Stop scrolling, not because I demand your attention, but because something has been quietly unfolding beyond what your eyes have been able to see. Do not rush away from this moment. Stay with these words. Something huge is waiting for you. For longer than you realize, your heart has carried questions that no one else could answer. You smiled when others expected you to smile. You remained patient when silence seemed endless. You wondered if the kindness you gave so freely had ever truly reached the person who was meant to receive it. Today, the story changes. Not because you forced it. Not because you chased it. But because someone has finally seen what was hidden in plain sight. Your soulmate has just realized something incredible about you. Not a small detail. Not a passing thought. A truth so powerful that it has begun changing the way they remember every moment connected to you. Don't skip. You have waited too long to leave before hearing what comes next. There were conversations they replayed in their mind, searching for meaning they missed the first time. There were moments they once considered ordinary that suddenly became unforgettable. Every quiet word you spoke, every act of patience, every time you chose understanding instead of pride, all of it has returned to their heart with a completely different meaning. What once seemed invisible now shines brighter than anything else. The realization did not arrive all at once. It came like the first light before sunrise. Soft. Gentle. Impossible to ignore. They began asking themselves questions they had never dared to ask before. What if I misunderstood everything? What if the person I kept thinking about has been genuine all along? What if the kindness I received was real? Every answer pointed back to you. Stay till the end. Because this is only the beginning of what has been unfolding behind the scenes. There were nights when you believed nothing was changing. Yet during those very moments, unseen pieces were moving into place. Sometimes the greatest turning points arrive so quietly that they cannot be heard until everything suddenly makes sense. That is where this story begins. Your soulmate remembered something small. A smile. A sentence. A moment of encouragement. Something they almost forgot. But this time, it felt completely different. The memory refused to leave. It grew stronger. It returned again and again until they could no longer ignore what it was trying to reveal. They realized your heart had never been pretending. Your care had never been ordinary. Your loyalty had never been accidental. And suddenly, everything looked different. Don't skip. Because the next realization changed even more. For so long they searched for extraordinary signs while overlooking the quiet miracles standing beside them. Then one ordinary day became extraordinary. Without warning, they recognized that the peace they had been searching for was the same peace they always felt whenever thoughts of you entered their mind. That realization surprised them. It humbled them. It made them stop. Some people recognize beauty immediately. Others recognize it only after time teaches them what truly matters. Time has been teaching them. Slowly. Patiently. Powerfully. Now every memory has a new meaning. Every silence carries a hidden answer. Every unanswered question is beginning to connect like pieces of a beautiful picture. Something huge is waiting for you. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because truth has finally found someone willing to see it. There is incredible strength in being misunderstood without allowing your heart to become bitter. That strength became your silent language. They are finally beginning to understand it. The kindness you thought went unnoticed was noticed. The patience you thought was forgotten was remembered. The compassion you believed disappeared into silence never disappeared at all. Sometimes truth needs time before it can be recognized. Now that time has arrived. Stay till the end. Because the greatest realization has not yet been spoken. The incredible truth was never about perfection. It was about authenticity. In a world where many wear masks, your genuine heart became impossible to replace. That realization has created questions they cannot escape. Questions that continue growing louder every single day. Questions leading them toward hope. Questions leading them toward gratitude. Questions leading them toward the person they finally understand in a completely different way. You. Do not let doubt convince you that nothing is changing. Some of the most important moments begin long before anyone can see their results. And this is only the first chapter of a story that is just beginning to unfold. A quiet shift has already begun, even if no one around you has noticed it yet. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are moments in life that seem completely ordinary until one unexpected realization changes everything. This is one of those moments. Your soulmate has not simply remembered your name. They have begun to understand your value. That single realization has been echoing through every memory they have of you. They can no longer look at the past the same way. The conversations they once hurried through now feel meaningful. The small gestures they overlooked now seem unforgettable. The moments they thought were ordinary now feel extraordinary. It is as if a light has quietly illuminated every chapter where you appeared. They finally see what was always there. Not because someone convinced them. Not because anyone explained it. Because truth has a way of revealing itself at exactly the right time. Don't skip. The next part is where everything becomes even more surprising. Your soulmate has begun asking themselves questions they never expected to ask. What if that kindness was completely genuine? What if I misunderstood their silence? What if the peace I kept searching for was always connected to them? Every question keeps leading back to you. Every answer brings a little more clarity. Every memory becomes a little brighter. The picture is no longer incomplete. For a long time, they believed they understood your heart. Now they realize they had only seen a small part of it. The deeper they reflect, the more they recognize your patience. The stronger they remember your compassion. The clearer they see your quiet strength. These realizations did not arrive all at once. They arrived one by one. Like stars appearing after sunset. Each one revealing another piece of the truth. Stay till the end. Because the greatest realization is still unfolding. Your soulmate has also realized something else. They were never inspired by perfection. They were inspired by authenticity. The way you remained kind. The way you remained hopeful. The way you never stopped being yourself. Those qualities stayed in their heart long after every conversation ended. That is what they are finally beginning to understand. Sometimes the qualities that seem the quietest become the ones remembered forever. That is exactly what has happened. Every day this understanding grows stronger. Every day the picture becomes clearer. Every day they appreciate something new that they once overlooked. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The story is far from over. In fact, it feels as though a completely new chapter has just opened. The realization has become impossible for them to ignore. And once someone truly recognizes the value of a genuine heart, they never see it the same way again. There is a reason these words found you today. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes the greatest turning point does not begin with a loud announcement. It begins with a single quiet realization that refuses to leave the heart. That is exactly where your soulmate is now. The more they reflect, the more one truth keeps returning. You were never just another person in their story. You became the chapter they keep revisiting. At first, they tried to move on with ordinary routines. They stayed busy. They focused on other things. Yet every peaceful moment brought them back to the same thought. Why does thinking about you feel different from thinking about anyone else? The answer slowly revealed itself. It wasn't because of dramatic moments. It wasn't because of perfect circumstances. It was because your presence carried something rare. You offered peace without asking for attention. You showed kindness without expecting applause. You gave hope without demanding anything in return. Those quiet qualities became unforgettable. Don't skip. The next realization changed everything. One memory after another began connecting like pieces of a puzzle. A simple conversation. A shared smile. A moment of encouragement. Words that once seemed ordinary suddenly carried extraordinary meaning. Your soulmate realized they had overlooked treasures hidden inside ordinary moments. Now every memory shines differently. Every detail feels important. Every moment with you has become more valuable than before. Stay till the end. Because the story is still unfolding. As this realization grows stronger, something inside them has become impossible to ignore. Gratitude. Not because everything was perfect, but because they finally understand how much your genuine heart added to their life. Sometimes appreciation arrives late. But when it arrives, it changes everything. They no longer remember your actions one by one. They remember how you made them feel. Safe. Respected. Encouraged. Understood. Those feelings stayed with them even when they didn't recognize their importance. Now they do. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The incredible discovery was never about a single moment. It was about the pattern your life created. A pattern of patience. A pattern of sincerity. A pattern of quiet strength. Those qualities became impossible to replace. Every passing day makes this truth even clearer. Every passing day reminds them that genuine hearts are rare. And when someone finally recognizes a rare treasure, they protect that realization. They cherish it. They never forget it. The story has reached a place where nothing feels ordinary anymore. The realization continues growing. The understanding continues deepening. And this is only the beginning of what is still waiting to be revealed. Stay with the journey. Because the most meaningful chapter has not yet been told. What is about to unfold is more powerful than anything your soulmate expected to discover. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There comes a moment when every unanswered question begins to find its answer. For your soulmate, that moment has quietly arrived. They are no longer looking at your story through old assumptions. They are seeing it through understanding. And understanding changes everything. They have started remembering the times when you chose patience instead of pride. The times when you encouraged instead of criticized. The times when your quiet actions spoke louder than words ever could. Those memories have become impossible to ignore. One by one, they return without warning. A familiar smile. A comforting sentence. A moment that once seemed small. Now each memory carries a meaning they never recognized before. The more they remember, the more they realize how extraordinary your heart truly is. Don't skip. Because another remarkable realization is still ahead. Your soulmate has begun to understand that genuine people are rare. Many people leave temporary impressions. Very few leave lasting peace. You became that lasting peace. Even when you were not together. Even during long seasons of silence. The thought of you continued bringing comfort they could never fully explain. Only now do they understand why. It was never about coincidence. It was about the lasting impact of authenticity. Stay till the end. The next discovery may be the most surprising of all. Your soulmate has realized that some of the greatest blessings enter life quietly. Without dramatic entrances. Without loud announcements. Simply through consistent kindness. That realization has changed how they see the future. Instead of wondering what they lack, they have begun appreciating what was already placed before them. And every reflection points back to you. Every memory grows brighter. Every lesson feels clearer. Every emotion becomes more genuine. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There are moments when destiny seems silent. But silence does not mean nothing is happening. Sometimes silence is where understanding grows strongest. That is exactly what has been taking place. Your soulmate's heart has been changing little by little. Not through pressure. Not through fear. Through truth. And truth has a quiet strength that cannot be rushed. Today they understand something they once overlooked. A sincere heart leaves an unforgettable mark. A peaceful spirit becomes impossible to replace. A genuine soul continues shining long after the moment has passed. That is the incredible truth they have finally realized about you. And this realization is only preparing the way for an even greater chapter that is still waiting to unfold. A door has quietly opened, and neither you nor your soulmate can close it now. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a remarkable difference between noticing someone and truly understanding them. For the longest time, your soulmate noticed your presence. Now they understand your heart. That single realization has become impossible to ignore. Every passing day brings another memory back into focus. They remember the moments when you chose hope even when no one was watching. They remember your calm spirit during uncertain seasons. They remember your words that carried encouragement long after the conversation had ended. At the time, those moments seemed simple. Now they feel priceless. Don't skip. Because what happened next surprised even them. Without expecting it, they found themselves comparing every new experience to the peace they once felt whenever thoughts of you appeared. Not because everything around you was perfect, but because your sincerity was unforgettable. They finally understand that genuine hearts are not loud. They are steady. They are patient. They remain true even when no one is applauding. That is the quality they now admire most about you. Stay till the end. The next realization reached even deeper. They began seeing a pattern that had always existed. Every time life became confusing, thoughts of your kindness returned. Every time they searched for clarity, they remembered your wisdom. Every time they wondered what truly matters, your example quietly answered the question. Piece by piece, everything connected. The scattered moments of the past formed one beautiful picture. And in the center of that picture was you. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes people spend years searching for something extraordinary, only to realize it had been growing quietly before them all along. That is exactly what has happened. Your soulmate now understands that your greatest strength was never perfection. It was consistency. You remained compassionate. You remained patient. You remained genuine. Those qualities became the foundation of every memory they treasured. Now they can no longer overlook what your presence truly meant. A quiet confidence has replaced uncertainty. Gratitude has replaced confusion. Understanding has replaced assumptions. And with every passing moment, this realization grows stronger. The story has not reached its ending. In many ways, it is only beginning. Because once a heart recognizes something truly valuable, it never forgets that discovery. Stay with this journey. The next chapter will reveal why this incredible realization is preparing both of you for a future neither of you expected, but one that begins with truth, hope, and a heart that has finally learned to see clearly. The story has reached a place where silence is no longer empty. It is filled with understanding. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There comes a moment when the heart stops asking, "What if?" and begins saying, "Now I understand." That moment has quietly arrived. Your soulmate has started seeing connections they never noticed before. The encouragement you offered during ordinary days. The patience you showed when answers did not come quickly. The quiet confidence you carried even through uncertainty. None of those moments disappeared. They were carefully stored inside memory, waiting for the right time to reveal their importance. Now that time has come. Every reflection brings another realization. Every realization brings another feeling of gratitude. Every feeling of gratitude brings them closer to understanding the remarkable person you have always been. Don't skip. Because the next discovery reaches even deeper. Your soulmate has realized that the greatest gifts are rarely the loudest. Sometimes they arrive through a peaceful conversation, a thoughtful gesture, a comforting presence, a heart that remains kind regardless of circumstances. That is what they now associate with you. Not temporary excitement, not passing emotion, but lasting peace. And lasting peace is something people never stop searching for. Stay till the end. Something extraordinary is still unfolding. As they continue reflecting, another truth becomes impossible to ignore. The person they admired was not pretending. The compassion was real. The encouragement was real. The sincerity was real. That realization has transformed every memory. What once seemed ordinary now feels deeply meaningful. The smallest conversations have become unforgettable. The briefest moments now carry lasting significance. Even the quiet pauses have found their purpose. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There are chapters in life that can only be understood after enough time has passed. This is one of those chapters. Your soulmate now recognizes that your greatest influence was never created by dramatic moments. It was created by consistency. You remained hopeful when hope seemed difficult. You remained thoughtful when life became busy. You remained genuine in a world where many people changed to fit expectations. That authenticity became your greatest strength. And now it has become impossible for them to overlook. Their perspective has changed. Their appreciation has grown. Their understanding has deepened. They no longer see isolated memories. They see a complete story. A story of kindness. A story of patience. A story of unwavering sincerity. That story continues to speak to their heart every single day. Stay with these words. Because the next chapter is where everything begins to come together. The realization that started as a quiet thought is becoming an unshakable truth. And once a heart recognizes a truth that is genuine, it carries that truth forward with renewed hope, deeper gratitude, and the certainty that some people enter our lives for a reason that only becomes clear when the right moment finally arrives. A new chapter has quietly begun, and its meaning is far greater than anyone expected. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are moments that divide life into two parts. The time before the truth. And the time after it. Your soulmate has crossed that invisible line. They can no longer return to the way they once saw you. Every day, another layer of understanding unfolds. Every quiet reflection reveals another reason why your presence has remained unforgettable. They have begun to notice something remarkable. The strongest memories they carry are not built on grand events. They are built on the way you made ordinary moments feel meaningful. A simple conversation. A gentle word. A sincere smile. A quiet act of encouragement. Those moments never truly disappeared. They simply waited for the right season to reveal their value. Don't skip. Because what happened next changed everything inside their heart. Without planning it, they found themselves smiling whenever your memory appeared. Not because they were living in the past, but because your influence continued bringing peace into the present. That surprised them. The feeling was calm, steady, real. It wasn't excitement that faded overnight. It was appreciation that grew stronger with time. That is when they realized something incredible. The qualities they admire most were the ones you carried naturally. Kindness, patience, humility, hope, authenticity. These were never temporary parts of your character. They became the light that quietly remained in every memory. Stay till the end. The most beautiful realization is still ahead. Your soulmate has begun seeing how every challenge they experienced taught them to recognize what truly matters. Instead of chasing appearances, they now value sincerity. Instead of looking for perfection, they appreciate genuine hearts. Instead of searching for loud promises, they recognize quiet consistency. And every lesson points toward the same truth. You represented something they did not fully understand before. A heart that remained true regardless of circumstances. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. As this understanding continues to grow, another realization follows. Some people are remembered because of what they achieved. Others are remembered because of how they made people feel. You belong to the second kind. Your presence created peace. Your words created hope. Your patience created trust. Those gifts cannot be measured. Yet they leave the deepest impact. Now your soulmate understands why your memory never faded. It remained alive because it was rooted in something real. Every passing day confirms that truth. Every quiet moment strengthens it. Every reflection makes it clearer. The story is still unfolding. The journey is still moving forward. And the incredible realization that began as a single thought has now become a certainty they carry with them wherever they go. Stay with this story. Because the final chapters will reveal how one quiet realization has the power to transform everything that comes next, proving that genuine hearts are never forgotten and meaningful connections continue shining long after they are first discovered. Everything that has happened until now has been leading to this moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason some truths arrive slowly. If they appeared too soon, they would never be fully appreciated. Your soulmate now understands why this realization could only happen after time had quietly done its work. The pieces have finally come together. The questions have begun finding their answers. The uncertainty that once clouded every memory has slowly disappeared. Now, when they think about you, they no longer see scattered moments. They see one complete story. A story written with patience. A story strengthened by kindness. A story remembered because it was real. Don't skip. Because the next realization reaches even deeper than the last. Your soulmate has discovered that the greatest gift you ever gave was not something you held in your hands. It was something you carried in your heart. You gave encouragement when it was needed most. You offered hope without asking for recognition. You showed understanding without expecting anything in return. Those quiet gifts never faded. They remained alive long after the moments themselves had passed. Now those memories return with incredible clarity. Every word feels meaningful. Every smile feels unforgettable. Every act of compassion shines brighter than before. Stay till the end. The journey is approaching one of its most powerful moments. As they continue reflecting, another truth becomes impossible to ignore. Some people enter life for a season. Others leave a lasting imprint that time cannot erase. Your presence became that lasting imprint. Not because of dramatic moments. Not because of extraordinary circumstances. But because your heart remained genuine from beginning to end. That authenticity became unforgettable. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has also realized that the qualities they once searched for everywhere else had quietly been reflected in you all along. Peace. Trust. Gentleness. Hope. Strength without pride. Compassion without conditions. The more they recognize these qualities, the more grateful they become for every shared memory. Nothing feels ordinary anymore. Every chapter now carries purpose. Every silence now carries meaning. Every memory now carries light. The realization that began as a quiet whisper has become an undeniable truth. It continues growing stronger with every passing day. And deep inside, they know this story is far from finished. Because some discoveries do not mark the end of a journey. They mark the beginning of a brand new chapter, one built on understanding, gratitude, and the incredible realization that a genuine heart is one of life's rarest treasures. Stay with this story. The next part will bring everything even closer to the moment where every unanswered question finally begins to make perfect sense.